Capitol Hill today, the president says enough is enough, taking a hard line on gun violence and clamping down on controversial weapons and just who is allowed to buy them.
What's more important? Doing whatever it takes to get a A grade from the gun lobby that funds their campaigns, or giving parents some peace of mind when they drop their child off for first grade.
The president's sweeping $500 million plan comes just a month after that school massacre in Connecticut. And in the 4 weeks since, the president says 900 Americans have lost their lives to gun violence. So what's the plan? ABC 15's Stephanie Hockridge joins us now at our social media center to break it all down.
Well, Steve, essentially the president's plan can be broken down into 4 key goals. Take a look here at our monitor and we're going to show you. The first one is keeping guns out of the wrong hands. The second, getting weapons of war off the streets. The third, upgrading school safety. And the fourth, improving mental health services. But advocates say they are going to fight his proposals on every level.
This is our first task as a society, keeping our children safe.
And with that, President Obama got the ball rolling by signing 23 executive actions on gun control that don't require the approval of lawmakers. These include ordering more federal data to be available for background checks, imposing tougher penalties on those who lie on background checks, and ending a freeze on government research on causes and prevention of gun violence. But he can't do it alone.
Congress, too, must act. And Congress must act soon.
Lawmakers must now debate the president's plan. Among his proposals, 1, reinstate the 1994 ban on high-grade weapons, which includes military-style assault weapons and limiting ammunition magazines to 10 rounds. 2, require universal criminal background checks on virtually every gun sale. As of now, private sellers, internet sales, and classified ads make up 40% of transactions that don't include background checks. 3, create stiffer penalties for gun trafficking. The profit will be used to train law enforcement to respond to shootings. 4, implement Project Aware, which helps professionals identify mental illness in young people and refer them for treatment. And 5, fund research into the impact of violent video games on young minds.
If Americans of every background stand up and say, enough, we've suffered too much pain and care too much about our children to allow this to continue, then change will come.
Well, many gun supporters say that the plan is simply ineffective and actually unconstitutional. Take a look at the statement from the NRA that they released today. Only honest, law-abiding gun owners will be affected by Obama's efforts, and the nation's children will remain vulnerable. Tell us what you think. Log on to our ABC 15 Facebook page and post your thoughts. Steve?
Yeah,
Katie?
I'm sure a lot of people already have as well.
Yeah.
You know, the president's move could mean a lot of people are packing. Gun stores are already getting lots of calls and walk-ins.
There's a group not complaining. We went to one store in Tempe where it's a game of catch-up, trying to keep up with the inventory, all to meet the demand. This owner tells us one of the hottest sellers remains the AR-15, which seems to be a major target by the administration. In fact, 4 weeks ago, Webster says, that's the owner, he had 20 of those guns. This afternoon, he has just one for sale, and he says it's difficult to get more guns in stock.
It's hard for me to get any firearms in. They're out of stock at all my distributors.
He understands overall there are still many questions about what the future holds. Also tonight, the president's moves will how they'll affect his business and the supply of guns and accessories. So with all